So that's where I stayed last night. Absolutely brilliant. It's called a fog pod. If you're in Braemar, definitely worth hiring one if you can. But this is day 10 and I'm heading to Ballater. It's 16.8 miles. As you can see, beautiful day. Not really much to say. I think I'll be running alongside, I think it's the D I'm running alongside for most of the day, and yeah, it's going to be good. Oh, I'll also say goodbye to Nigel today. We're heading in different directions. He's heading up to the mountains, and being a wuss, I'm heading as low as I can possibly be. But I'll bring you back later when there's something to show you. That's me 6 miles in now. This virtually all the way. It's absolutely lovely. Made it so much easier underfoot. And when you've got sort of like tired legs, then it's a lovely, lovely blessing. It really is. And the weather today's been great. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I was just going to say it's been great walking with Nigel. He was really good company, and particularly, and we both thought this was when we had to do the Larry Grew, and in the conditions that actually it turned out to be. I was so grateful for his company. It was, I think it would have been unwise in the extreme to have tried that on my own, certainly not being familiar with that area or anything. And he certainly felt the same way. So it was brilliant to meet up. But now he's headed further south and then cutting across to Ballater, whereas I'm heading east, and then I'll be heading southeast well, not today, but over the next few days. But it was great walking with him, really enjoyed it, and really enjoying today as well. So yeah, well blessed, right, along this lovely path. So I think this is the Balmoral estate. I understand somebody famous lives here. It's very nice.
Wind on the hillside, a time to begin. Steps on the heather, the stirring within. The land starts to settle what I've held deep inside. And you walk beside me while the long miles unwind. A time for breaking, a time for healing, a time for wandering, a time for kneeling, a time for silence, a time for revealing. And this is the time for hiking. Mist on the mountains, a time to be still. Paths through the silence that shape heart and will. The old paths are meeting the questions that arise. And you lead me onward where your wisdom lies. A time for breaking, a time for healing, a time for wandering, a time for kneeling, a time for silence, a time for revealing. And this is the time for hiking. Wind on the moorland, a time to be shown. Layers unfolding I never had known. The ancient paths whisper what stillness makes clear. And you keep revealing what you're forming in here. Wait in the walking, a time to press through, choosing the hard way that leads back to you. You're shaping a trust that I never could fake, and I keep on walking for your kingdom's sake. A time for breaking, a time for healing, a time for wandering, a time for kneeling, a time for silence, a time for revealing. And this is the time for hiking. When the stillness gathers, your voice is in the air. You show the path within me I never knew was there. A time for breaking, a time for healing, a time for wandering, a time for kneeling, a time for silence, a time for revealing. And this is the time for hiking. For every time and season, you're shaping who I'll be. Yeah.
So that's me about 17 miles. I've got about another half a mile to get to Ballater. What can I say about the walk? It's been lovely, really enjoyable. There was a bit of road walking which has set my leg off a bit, which is unfortunate because that's been doing really well. But yeah, that was a bit meh. So a little bit anxious about that because I've got a big day again tomorrow. But the good news is I meet my wife tonight. She's coming up to stay at the B&B where I'm walking to, and we're going to have a meal together tonight, so that'll be nice. She's bringing my resupply parcel. But yeah, so I'll have a good rest and then be ready for tomorrow. But at the moment I'm ready to stop. Anyway, but that said, this is a beautiful stretch. Don't know if anybody has been walking around Ballater, but there is some lovely riverside walks, this being one of them. So this is my B&B. My wife's not here yet. But I've done it. I'm shattered, ready to stop. Probably can't stay here for the moment, but because I'm a bit early, but I might be able to drop my kit off and go into town. All right then, well, thank you so much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Tomorrow I'm heading towards Fewside. Now it's 22.5 miles. I may not do it all because I've got 2 11-mile days after that, so it makes sense to try and break those up a little bit if I can. But yeah, I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. But in the meantime, thanks for walking with me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.